Good morning, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get this call started in about 2 minutes. So please just let anyone in your organization know that we're going to have Mr. Danny Bay on today. So we're going to get this call started in about 2 minutes. So if you have an opportunity, just make sure that you're in a location where you can take some incredible notes, because we're going to have the man himself, chairman and founder of GPS, Mr. Danny Bay, that's going to be on today's call. So we will be back in about 1 minute. It's good to see everybody. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Are you in Hawaii?
From Hawaii? Love it. Welcome.
I'm in Orlando.
Orlando, gotcha. Well, good morning to everyone in Florida and Orlando.
Flint, Michigan.
Michigan, welcome on the call. Welcome, welcome.
It's hot here in Miami, Florida.
Oh, man. Love it. I'm so excited to have a chance to see every single person when we have an opportunity to do events all around the nation. So I can't wait to see every single person. And I'm excited for everyone. We're going to get this call started
Chicago.
New York. In the house.
Welcome on the call.
Hi,
Representing
Mark.
you here.
Aloha.
Fort Worth,
Aloha,
Texas.
Hello, welcome.
Northern Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C. Hello.
Hello, Washington.
Aloha, everybody.
And it's great to see everybody. I know there's people in Hawaii right now on the call, and it's 5 a.m. Welcome. 8 a.m. in Pacific time, 10 a.m. here in Central time, where I'm at, and then 11 o'clock for everybody in the East Coast. So welcome on the call, everybody. We're gonna
North Carolina.
North Carolina, welcome on the call.
North Carolina.
Oh man, I love having a chance to see everybody. I love Zoom to see everybody's faces. So welcome to all, everyone.
Bruce from Baltimore. Bruce Dunn.
Welcome on the call, sir.
Maria from New Jersey.
Morning, Mark from the Bay Area.
What's up, Mr. Tony?
I was in Hawaii, but not today.
Tom, everything. All right, everyone, if you can, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody so we can go ahead and get this call kicked off. And first of all, before we begin and before we continue, just a few housekeeping. If you can, I know there's some people that are still jumping on the call. If you can place yourself on mute so we can, have a chance to really dial into Mr. Danny Bay's information that he's going to share today. And also for anybody that is not following our Facebook page that we have for GPS, I encourage you to have a chance to stop by that page and follow it, because that's where we're going to post a lot of the information, where we're going to keep up to date with the overview that we're going to have, the GPS calls, any codes that anybody will need for them to get on our Zoom chats. So we want to make sure that everybody's there. But it looks like we already have a chance to see our founder and chairman, Mr. Danny Bay. And so I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen, for us to get an epic training from the man himself, an individual that has impacted so many of our lives. And I'm excited to have a chance now to pass a call all the way to South Korea. And it looks like a GPS office, but I'm not sure if that's a virtual background, but the one and only Mr. Danny Bay, thank you so much for jumping on the call, sir.
Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Mark Isaac. And you are correct. This is GPS office in Korea. Also, you're correct again. That's a virtual background, which is the picture. Many of you probably seen GPS, our office building, that we pretty much use the whole building. And one floor is training room, and one floor is kind of like a GPS influencer lounge, where we have, that's what you see right there, where people could come in and actually, buy and pick up the Pico VR device themselves. But if you also look this side, there is a little VR experience zone that people can actually experience, and also many tables and chairs for people to do meetings, which is kind of cool. And hold on, let's see. Does this look like this? Okay. I feel like I just gave you a full tour by flipping the phone. You guys probably don't feel that way. But Second floor is where my office and a couple conference room and a couple of our departments are. In the top floor, we have an executive team there with a lot of our staff there, corporate team that's been working countless hours getting set up for GPS America and GPS Japan. All the IT related stuff is being worked on. I mean, we had long meetings today talking about all the integration we're doing as we roll out GPS America officially in the next few days. So we're very excited. We welcome all of you to Good Morning GPS. I'm so grateful that everybody's here. I'm so grateful that all of you guys are connecting and starting your day by connecting with our message, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You know, really, here's the way I look at it. By spending a few minutes with us every morning, you could get the right direction. And yesterday we had a tremendous session with Mr. Mark Isaac, and I've heard so many great feedback from so many of you talking about how amazing Mr. Mark Isaac's morning training was. So, you know, I'm so excited that all of you guys are on. I want to welcome all of you to Good Morning GPS. Obviously, it's 5 a.m. in Hawaii, 8 a.m. in Las Vegas, LA, or if you're somewhere in the West Coast, and if you're in Texas, it's 10 a.m. and East Coast, it's 11 a.m. Over here, it's 12 a.m. So, you know, I think it's one of the only times where all of us could be in the a.m. time zone, but I don't know if you should really call 12 a.m. morning or not, but some of you, that's like your prime time. When you have the most amount of energy. But anyways, hey, I have a good news. Last Sunday, we had our very first Influencer 500 and above leadership workshop for the very first time. I mean, we had social distancing and quarantine, and a lot of those things started opening up just a few days ago. So it was the very first time we actually launched the company, where we actually had close to over 250 people, close to 300 people together physically in one location. Everybody was wearing a mask. Everybody had a little bit of distance, seating going on. And we actually had to have some sanitizing spray, spraying everybody, and every person walking in, we actually had to check everybody's temperature, and we actually did a lot to you know, make sure we keep track of everybody that was there. However, it was very exciting because we got to do a full-on, here, hold on one second. You know, we got to do a full training, and first time since the launch where I got to get together with 250, 300 people physically in one location. So that was very powerful, very exciting. We spent 5 hours together from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. We had a tremendous workshop that I cannot wait to also provide the same training with, you know, many leaders in America when we launch, you know, after we have some people get promoted to Influencer 500. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about living your life by default versus living your life by design. You know, and I think many of us, you know, it doesn't matter what your background is. Maybe some of you have background of, you know, working at a job for the last 10, 20, 30 years. Maybe some of you have a background of being a business owner. Maybe, you know, some of you have a background of, you know, just investing, or maybe some of you were born with great wealth and great, you know, knowledge, and maybe you've been making some great moves in your life. Maybe some of you had you know, very tough last 5, 10, 20, 30 years, and maybe tried multiple businesses or jobs, and maybe you haven't had success, but it really doesn't matter. I think, you know, what matters is 2020, May 11th, you know, what are you going to do this day forward? What are you going to do? What's your future going to look like? You know, and I think what's so important for us understanding living your life by default versus design. Well, first of all, let's understand what I mean by default. Well, you know, here's what I look at it. I look at everybody like, hey, I know some people, sometimes we feel like some people are more talented than us ourselves, or some people are more gifted with certain areas of their lives. I think it could be true. Some people could be more musically talented. Some people could be more physically talented and gifted. I think it's true. However, I don't believe anybody becomes the top of the game in anything just with what they were born with. I think every athlete, even if they're talented, they have to work 10, 20-hour days for many, many years for them to develop the skills and develop what was given to them. Some people are given with 3 or 1 or 5 or 10, doesn't matter, but to have success, I believe you need 1,000. So, maybe starting at 3 or starting at 5, yeah, 5 is ahead of 3, but if 3 worked on it a little bit, then you could be ahead of 5. Even a person that's born with 2, hey, I could tell you, me studying music my whole life until I got in business, I've seen some kids that were, man, they shouldn't have done music, man. I mean, they had no, they couldn't, hold a note. You could play a note, they couldn't tell what note it was. However, they worked harder on music than some other people that were extremely talented, and 5 years fast forward, 10 years fast forward, some of them became one of the greatest musicians in town, and they became professional while the other guys gave up. So to me, here's the way I look at it. I believe the majority of people are born with certain amount of level of talents and gifts, and not that much different. What I'm also saying is, I believe that every person has the potential, and every person is born with enough qualities and talents and gifts to become successful and do as much as they want to achieve in their lives. And the reason I say that is, I want you to look at it like this. How many of you guys have a phone? How many of you guys have a smartphone? How many of you have an iPhone? Let me see your hands, okay? All right, how many of you are Samsung fans? I see some Samsung fans. Okay, how many of you got TCL phones? Anybody TCL? No? Okay, HTC? All right, doesn't matter. But if I bought a Samsung phone, and if Mark bought a Samsung phone, if you bought a Samsung phone, we go to the phone store, we buy the phone, well, guess what? We all have same exact phone. And if you all have same exact phone, and we all have default applications on them. But I just have a feeling, I know many of you have Samsung phone, and many of you, hey, today I saw the Samsung, the new flip phone for the very first time today during my lunch meeting. I don't know if you've seen it, it's pretty cool. I mean, the phone is kind of like, this small, but like you could completely fold it and you open it up and it's still like full screen. It's kind of cool. If you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. But, but every person that buys the phone, we all have same default applications. I just have a feeling, though, that every single one of us on this call, if we all pulled out our phone, maybe 100 of us have iPhones, maybe 100 of us have Samsung phones, I don't know. I just have a feeling if every single one of us pulled out our phones right now and compare our phones, we're all going to have different applications. I don't believe 2 of us are going to have same applications, identical, same exact applications as somebody else. What am I talking about? You designed your phone. You design what goes on there. You design what applications on there, what content's on there. You design it. You design. So how about our lives? I see too many people as I travel, as I work with so many people and see so many people. I see so many people, they are just living their life by default. And, you're living it by default like everybody else. You're living it by default by whatever hands are dealt to you. When the reality is, you could download so many more applications to your phone than what the phone comes with. I have a feeling majority of you have multiple times more applications on your phone right now than whatever the phone came with. How about your life? I hate seeing people live by default. Living by default is they want things to come around. I love what Mr. Jim said. He said, I was talking to a guy and he said, man, I wish somebody would come around and motivate me. He said, he couldn't have put it in any better term. He said, what if they don't show up? I mean, he said, what if they don't show up? Hey, how many of you want a superstar influencer to sign up in your team? How many of you want someone to sign up in your team and go, boom, hey, I just signed up, Mr. Edward Smith, but tomorrow I got 100 people signing up? How many of you want things like that to happen, right? Well, that would be cool, right? That would be super cool. But the question becomes, what if they don't show up? You know, sometimes when we go out there and plan out our lives and plan out what we want to do, we just, you know, I believe that too many people are living their life by default, which means they're just taking the hands that's dealt to them. What if you could live your life by design? Live your life by design. How? It doesn't matter what happens to you, you don't let it affect you, good or bad. What if you could live your life by design, where you design what you want, you design what you're gonna do, you design your goals, you design your plans, and you execute accordingly. I live by philosophy: you over plan, you over plan, and you over action. You take over more than you need to do. If you need 5, you do 10. If you need 10, you do 20. If you over plan and overtake action, then when everything goes wrong, everything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong, you still win. That's how I like to live it. You know, I know that so many times, so many people, here's how they do it. Man, I would do so great at GPS. I'm gonna get started. I know this person named Mark. He's a powerful leader. I know this person named Edward. If I just get Mark and Edward, it's game over. Now, that's okay. That planning is good. That's okay. However, when you start with that plan, guess what happens? If you already put name in the designing from the very beginning, here's what happens. You talk to Mark, and let's just say he wants to do it. But let's just say Edward said, I'm not going to do it. Guess what happens? A lot of times when people are stuck on a basic bare minimum plan like that, by one person not following through, one thing not happening, one thing going not going according to their plan, now the whole thing gets messed up. You know, sometimes we get started in a plan like GPS and we go, man, I just wish that my leader, the person that introduced me to the business, I wish that person would put this person in my team. I wish that person would just, boom, build me a power. If you're counting on that, if that doesn't happen, then your plan gets messed up. What I'm trying to communicate with everybody today is I want all of you to get so good at designing your life where you need 2 people, you need 4 people, you need 10 people, you need 100 people, you need 1,000 people, but you don't need that person particularly. And your design has to be so overly detailed and big thinking design that 1 or 2 or a few things go wrong, it doesn't knock you off the course. You know, when I was almost 20 years ago, I've learned this lesson. My mentor set me down and he said, Danny, do you know that you could turn your dreams into reality right now, instantly? I said, what do you mean? Because I thought achieving dreams, turning my dreams into reality would take forever. He said, Danny, all you have to do is take these 2 steps and you could turn your dreams into a reality. I said, how do you do that? He said, let's just say that you have a dream vacation. Let's just say somebody said, my dream vacation is Hawaii. Now, some of you are already in Hawaii, so I don't know what to say about you. I mean, you already live there, so you probably don't have a dream. Your dream vacation is probably just go outside the house. I don't know. So, let's just say dream vacation is Hawaii. Let's just say your dream vacation is Hawaii. Somebody says, hey, what's your dream vacation location? They say Hawaii. Hey, where do you want to go for vacation in the future? Hawaii. And they've been talking about it for 2 years, 3 years. Their dream vacation place is Hawaii. But as soon as you take these 2 steps, you could turn it into reality. One is, what if you set up a deadline? I mean, right now it's only May, but somebody says, hey, I'm going to Hawaii this October. Soon as somebody puts a deadline to a dream, immediately it becomes a goal. What that means is, if I just said I want to go to Hawaii for 5 years, it's just a dream vacation. But if I said, hey, I'm going to Hawaii this October, it became a goal. So when somebody asks me, hey, where do you want to go to travel? Where do you want to go? You're not going to say, my dream vacation is Hawaii. You're going to say, hey, I'm going to Hawaii this October. You see the difference? You know, even though you haven't gone yet, even though you're not physically there yet, you say, hey, I'm going to Hawaii this October. That's how you would answer it. And as soon as you put a plan to your goal, it becomes a reality. What that means is, so how do you put a plan? Let's just say it's going to cost me and my family $10,000 to go to Hawaii. Let's just say airplane ticket, hotel, food, all the spending, entertainment, 10 grand. Let's just say I got May, June, July, August, September to prepare, 5 months to prepare. Maybe I did a math and said, okay, if I just make if I put away $2,000 in May, June, July, August, September, and I could make additional, put away $10,000 between now until September, then I could go to Hawaii in October with my family. Let's just say you put that plan together and you know exactly how you're going to make that $2 grand, maybe from your job, maybe from GPS, maybe from whatever you're doing, but you figure out what activities you have to take every month, every week, every day. Hey, if the compensation plan, if you look at it and go, hey, for me to make extra $2,000, for me to put away extra $2,000, all I have to do, let's just look at it from GPS compensation plan. Okay, all I have to do is become an influencer 2,500. I'm gonna have extra $2,500 every month from MIL plus all the other bonuses. Most likely I'm gonna be earning anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 every month just for becoming an influencer 2,500. Let's take a look at what I have to do in my working life to make $2,500 and become an influencer 2,500. It's only 25,000 BV. 25,000 BV, okay? So if you take a look at it, how many is it, all right? So if you have one Pico MVR customer or influencer, that's 500. 10 is what? 5,000. 50 is 25,000. So in my working leg, here's how I would look at it. Okay, my working leg, if I just have, not even accumulating subscribers, but just looking at this month alone, starting from scratch, if I could just have 50 new VR customers, if I just got 50 Pico and VR Loop customer or influencer, 50 people to experience and start their life with virtual reality technology in their lives, if I could just get 50 in a month in my working leg, in my lesser leg, boom, I'm gonna become an influencer 2,500, no problem. Then I look at it like, okay, all I have to do is if I want to have 25 to 50 in a month, okay, let's just say I take one day out of the week, and let's just say I got 25 days in a month, 5 days maybe, and from there I just do the math. I said, okay, it's just 2. If I could just get 2 customers a day, if I could just get, not by myself, but with my whole team. Maybe the team starts with me introducing 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, 5 people. But if I could just get everybody in my team, in my working leg together, getting 2 customers a day, that could add up to 2 a day. In a month, it will be over 50, and they could get me to become an influencer 2,500. Now, obviously, as you build up your subscribers and getting other EVP commerce purchases later and more BVs, more ways to earn BVs later, it will get easier and simpler and simpler. But I'm just saying, as a brand new customer enrolling, and just at the bare minimum of right now, even before the e-commerce, EVP commerce items gets added, just right now, just 2 customers a day in your working leg would set you up for that. So let's just say if that was my plan. If I set a deadline saying I'm going to Hawaii in October, just as an example, my dream vacation becomes my goal vacation. Soon as I put a plan together saying, okay, I just got to do additional 2 customers a day between now until September, next 5 months, just 2 customers a day in my working leg. I just got to make sure that that gets done daily. And I'm taking my family to my once dream vacation, which is now becoming my goal vacation. And as soon as I put a plan together and exactly what I have to do daily, guess what? If somebody asks you, if somebody goes to you, Derek, and go, hey, you know, where do you want to travel? Do you like travel? Where do you plan to go next? You're not going to say my dream vacation is Hawaii. You're not going to say I hope that I'm going to Hawaii. You will say my family is going to Hawaii this October. You know, that's how people are. The reality is you don't listen carefully to what I'm about to say, okay? You don't have to have it to be your reality if you know you're getting it. You don't have to have it for it to be a reality if you already have a plan on getting it. So, you know, let me give it to you in a very even an easier term, right? If somebody asks, let's just say somebody just got a job. I know many people have lost their jobs recently, and it's really heartbreaking. And I'm so grateful that we're starting this GPS opportunity at such a time as this, that we could help so many people. We could help so many people to have home-based business opportunity and position themselves to go out there and make additional income. I'm excited about that, and that we're providing that opportunity. But if somebody got a job, let's just say somebody got a job making, let's just say their salary is going to be $6,000 a month. Let's just say, all right, $72,000 a year salary job. Somebody got a job there. Let's just say, let's take a look at name here. Okay, let's see, LaTroy. Okay, LaTroy. Let's just say LaTroy. I'm sorry, you're driving. I'm distracting you. Don't look at the phone, man. Keep driving. Drive safe, please. So LaTroy, let's just say, hey, somebody's having conversation, and LaTroy, let's just say, got a brand new job making $72,000 a year, $6,000 a month. Let's just say that just happened. And if somebody asked LaTroy that, hey, I heard you just got a new job at this, you know, this company, you know, G company. And, you know, if that person asks, well, how much do you make? LaTroy is not going to say that, well, you know, I just started working there. I haven't got paid, so I don't know. You know, LaTroy is not going to say, well, I hope I get paid $72,000 a year. No, he hasn't got paid yet. But guess what? When somebody asks him, hey, how much do you make there? When somebody asks him, he will immediately say, no, I make $72,000 a year. I make $6,000 a month. He will say that. Why? Because even though he hasn't got it yet, he knows he's getting it. You know, if somebody ordered an iPhone, let's send a back order, and the delivery schedule said in 2 weeks it's coming to your house. You're not going to say that, hey, I hope that it comes. No, you know it's coming. When you know it's coming, when you have a plan on getting it, and you know, even though you don't have it, if you have a plan on getting it, it's yours. And once you understand the magic of turning your dreams into reality, and it doesn't have to fast forward 10 years or 5 years. All you have to do is put your deadline and plan and daily follow the plan and execute every day, little by little. And that's all you have to do to turn your dreams into reality. Once you realize that, every single day that you could simply go out there and take the steps that you have to take for you to go out there and be, you know, achieve whatever you want to achieve. So right now, the question for you today is, how are you designing your GPS business? What is your plan in the month of May? What is your plan by 2020 December? What is your plan in next 2 years of time? The last thing I want to share with you is this. When I talk about designing your life, you know, not living your life by default, here's another thing that's very important to understand. You have to think big first. You know, one thing that I hear so much from so many people tell me, they're like, well, Danny, I'm going to do the best I can, you know, and I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to do the best I can and hope for the best. How many of you ever hear people say stuff like that? Okay. Many of you, okay? I hear that all the time. So I hear that all the time from people. And we think that's a normal thing to say. We think that's the right thing to say. We think that is like the way we're supposed to do things. I'm just here to tell you, you do your best and hope for the best. It's not the best way to live your life. It's not the best way to achieve your dreams. You know, the reality is every single, here's how it has to be. The truth is, okay, if somebody says, yeah, I'm going to do the best I can and see what happens and trying to go on a diet, well, that person's not going to lose any weight. That person's not gonna, you know what? Actually, if you want results that you never had before, you're gonna have to do better and more than your best. You guys understand that? You know, if somebody, I give you an example, okay? So understand this. When I was doing this meeting, okay, when I was doing this meeting on Sunday with 250 influencers, 500 leaders, we were in an area called Jamsil, and right outside the window, you could see this building, 123 stories high, tallest building in Korea. They just built a few years ago, 123 stories high. When you build 123 stories high building, where do you think it starts? Do you think they architect? Do you think they design floor number 76 bathroom first? What do you think is the very first thing that architect's going to design? The whole picture, the big picture. Would you guys agree with that? He would draw the 123-story building whole picture first. After that, he would draw, you know, the little by little, dig in and do little by little. And what's crazy is, as big as it is, and probably has millions of pieces of these metal and millions of pieces of these screws, he's gonna have to, or she's gonna have to design all that and put it on paper before he takes any action. Jim Rohn said, if you see someone putting bricks on top of each other and looking like they're building something, and you ask them, hey, what are you building? If their answer is, I'm not sure, he said, you should take them to a hospital, mental hospital, because you shouldn't be building without you having the design first. So what I'm here to, what I'm trying to communicate this morning is, do you have your design? Do you have your design, your final picture, final destination of your GPS designed yet? Or are you approaching this by taking results as default? Like, I'm gonna do the best I can and see what happens. Do you have your influencer 200,000 drawn out yet? Do you have your influencer 100K drawn out yet? I'm not saying you have to go 100K or 200K. Everybody can set their own goals. What I am saying is, whatever your goal may be, maybe your goal is to make influencer 10K, maybe 50K, 100K, whatever it may be. You gotta design it first. You gotta figure it out first. If you don't know how, talk to your leaders, one-on-one, talk to your personal leader. Ask them to help you game plan and put a detailed plan for you to become influencer 100, 200 first. Now, I've been in this industry for 20 years. My first business project 20 years ago, I didn't have much success. Starting my second business venture, I had tremendous amount of success. And I can honestly say, one of the biggest aha moment for me was understanding how to look at the plan. When I first got started, and I started at the bottom and I looked up and said, man, hopefully one day I could get up there. Once I understood, starting my second business opportunity 19 years ago, is that you never look from bottom up. You got to look from top down. So you got to design first. It's like building a house outside first. You got to build a big picture, whole picture first, and you break it down. So if you want to become influencer 200K, influencer 50K, influencer 10K, whatever it may be, design that first and you break it down. Of course, you have to become influencer 100 first and 250 first. So here's the bottom line. You got to look at the big picture first, design the big picture first, and you got to act a small step first. But majority of people do it the opposite. They want to go out there, they want to become all this. They want to act like, I want to just take one step. I wish I could just sign up one person. I wish I could just sign up Min and Renata and go boom, go 100K. Like, people are like, I wish I could just do these two things and boom, I could just go to influencer 100K. That's what they want. They want to take one or two steps to go to the top, but planning, they're not planning the big picture first. They're just only taking, they're just looking at becoming influencer 100 to 50 first. So this morning, I want everybody on this Zoom call to really take the time after this call, as we hang up now, to really design whatever final position you would like to be. Where do you see yourselves? You want to become 200K? You want to become 150K? You want to become 100K? You want to become 50K? Whatever that may be. And I want you to really spend the time to break it down. Somebody said, how do you become an influencer 200K? Can I help you out? All you have to do is to help someone, one person, become influencer 150K on the left, 150K on the right. Trust me, you have more than enough volume for you to become an influencer 200K. Somebody said, well, how do you become 150K then? Here's how you do it. If you just get one person on your left to become influencer 100K and one person on the right to become influencer 100K, you will have enough volume for you to become influencer 150K. So how do you become 100K? Okay, well, here's how you do it. If you could just get one person on your left team to become an influencer 75K and one person on the right to become an influencer 75K, most likely you're going to have enough volume for you to become an influencer 100K. This is a push and pull system. It goes all the way down. You want to become 75K, you know how you do it? Help one person on the left to become 50K, one person on the right to become 50K, and you will become influencer 75K. Some of you don't want to be 75K. You just want to know how to become influencer 50K. I'm going to tell you something I think some of you already know the answer to, but I'm going to tell you anyways. You just get one person on the left to become an influencer 25K, one person on the right to become influencer 25K, and you will become an influencer 50K. Now, so you probably are asking me, okay, how do I become influencer 25K? It's not a trick question, but I'm going to tell you. All you have to do is help one person on the left to become influencer 10K, one person on the right to become influencer 10K, and most likely you're going to become influencer 25K. Our system is designed, if you just help one person on the left, one person on the right to get promoted to whatever position, you will get promoted to next position. Now, that's not a requirement, though. It's not a requirement you have to help one person on the left, one person on the right to get promoted for you to get promoted. It's not a requirement, but in my opinion, it's the fastest way to do it. By helping somebody else get promoted. Helping somebody else to get promoted, you could get promoted. So, you know, it's like somebody said, man, but 100K seems so far away. 200K seems so far away. 50K seems so far away. 10K seems so far away. It doesn't have to. It's just like math problem. It doesn't matter how difficult the math problem is. When you break it down, it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. My mentor said, you gotta draw out your plan. You gotta write down your vision, make it plain. And you gotta break it down enough, small enough for you to feel comfortable about taking the action. Here's the way I look at it. Our plan is in duplication of influencer 100, duplication of influencer 500, duplication of influencer 2500, and that's what builds enough volume and enough organization for you to become influencer 100K and 200K. So right now today, as we wrap up this call, as you design whatever your top position you would like to become, wherever you see yourself, where you see yourself by at the end of the year and next 2 years, wherever that may be, I'm here to tell you, as you design everything, as you break everything down, it's going to go down to you promoting a lot of influencer 100 and a lot of influencer 500. More people you could help to get their first $100 check. More people you could help to earn their first $500 MIL monthly $500 bonus. More people you could help to do that. More people that's going to get promoted to other positions in your team and generate revenue and customers for you to become whatever position you want to become in GPS. Now, if you're brand new, just getting started, obviously everybody's less than like 2.5 weeks old. We're new. Everybody's new to this. We're going to be doing a lot of trainings. I want you to get familiar with our compensation plan. I want you to continue to study the VR industry. I want you to continue to learn our culture and utilize these Zoom systems. And more you understand the Zoom system and more you utilize Zoom system, you know, better you're going to be at maximizing your opportunity with GPS. Now, tomorrow, I'm extremely excited because tomorrow I'm going to be talking a little more about strategy of how to build a very powerful team. How to, I know we talked a little bit about it last week, recruit to leverage. And some of you messaged me after we talked about it. You get it, but you want to understand it more. Well, we're going to be diving into that tomorrow. But before we do that tomorrow, I want to encourage every single one of you to really design your organization, design your structure, design how you will become influencer 10K, 50K, 100K, 200K, whatever position you want to achieve in this plan. So I appreciate everybody joining for our Good Morning GPS Zoom this morning. We got big things planned. I could tell you we already launched 3. We just announced 2 more new products in Korea for GPS e-commerce, which is going to be added onto VR EVP commerce. And this should give you an idea of what type of products and what type of commerce items you're going to see when we roll out this opportunity in America. It will absolutely blow your mind. So, I mean, we just literally started, you know, between Korea and Japan. Now we have over 20,000 influencers already working with us. And we're getting ready to, you know, fully, I mean, right now we're in the middle of pre-launch and you're just telling more people about the opportunity. As we fully launch and so all of you start receiving your VR devices and seeing all the contents and experiencing all the VR contents, it will blow your mind. But what's really going to blow your mind is when we start adding all these VR e-commerce products on there. It will blow your mind, man. I mean, even today alone, I met up with 4 other companies that manufacture or offer these great products that I know that our consumers are going to love. So, you know, we have many exciting things ahead. We're very excited. We're very grateful. We're really, you know, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Even yesterday, you know, last 48 hours, you know how many people told me, Danny, did you know coronavirus was going to happen? I mean, people are almost like, they're like almost creating like conspiracy, thinking that like I have something to do with it. Like I have to tell them, like, dude, I'm not Chinese. I'm not, you know, from Wuhan. You know, I'm just kidding. They're like, well, did you work at the bio lab? No, I had nothing to do with any of that. They're like, how did you know to get into VR? I don't know. I mean, it just happened. You know, I mean, right now what we're doing, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have been telling you this. I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm going to tell you. It's a secret, but I'm going to tell you. All right, don't tell anybody, okay? So don't tell anybody. You know who I just had dinner meeting with, and we're very excited about it. Don't tell anybody, okay? Just for you to know. Just I just got done with meeting a couple hours ago. Just a couple hours ago. How many of you guys know Baby Shark? Anybody know Baby Shark? You guys saw the Baby Shark? You don't know Baby Shark? You know Baby Shark. If you don't know, go Google it, okay? So Baby Shark, did you guys know Baby Shark's from Korea? Didn't know, huh? I mean, they're like, you know, they're #2 most amount of viewed video on YouTube right now. #1, guess who it is? #1 is still Despacito. I don't even understand how that's possible. I love that song. I love the song, but I just, you know, it's like impossible to sing it. You know, it's like, I mean, it's like Spanish on steroid. I mean, it's so fast. Like, you know, unless like you're fluent in Spanish, you can't really like. But I love the song. But that's #1 most amount of views on YouTube. But #2 is Baby Shark. But I just had dinner with one of the co-founders of Baby Shark because we're talking about something very exciting we're going to be doing together. We're planning to do it together on VR with VR Lou and Baby Shark, which will be super cool. Hey, don't tell anybody. Don't post stuff like this online. I could get in trouble. We're just talking about it. Yeah, and it's popular everywhere. Hey, Ted, it's popular everywhere. So, and #1 country, most amount of views they get around the world is United States. So I know when we roll that out, that's going to be exciting. And I got so many more news, but I can't even tell you. But just know that when it comes down to VR education, VR entertainment, VR e-commerce, VR solution, all of those would be, I mean, GPS, your opportunity, our opportunity will be leading that space before anybody else. And it's already happening. So have a great day, everybody. I know we have some major Zoom presentations between teams happening everywhere. We got an incredible event happening tonight with Zoom presentations. So have a great day, everybody. Maximize your day. Have a productive day, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning. Good morning, GPS. Have a great day, everybody.
We can actually simulate the impact.
Extraordinary. That's what it was. Until 3 o'clock.
Yes.